Louisiana beer reviews. Here we are looking at Einstök Old Icelandic White Ale. Okay, this is bottle conditioned, it's unfiltered, and it's unpasteurized. I was looking on their website. They don't say anything about when they were founded. They just talk about the beers. All right. Akureyri, Iceland. They make a line of beers. This is one of them. My daughter gave this to me. She got it in Alabama. I have never seen it before in a store around here, although I may have overlooked it. Ale with coriander and orange peel. Also, they use wheat malt, pilsner malt, oats, and Bavarian hops. Okay, trying to see what I wrote there. Bavarian something hops. Alright, I'll have the link to the website. Rate beers say it's very good, or no, just good, like a B, and then Beer Advocates saying 49 out of 100, 68 out of 100 for the style, so they're not too thrilled with it. There are some video reviews. I'm going to watch them. Put in this Aventinus Weizen Stark beer glass. Here at 8:10 a.m. It looks like most of these other beers, like Hugarten. Thick, foamy white head, cloudy, very bubbly yellow, gold appearance, or lemon yellow with the sun shining through it. There's probably some gunk at the bottom of this bottle. Let's see, yeah. So it's sort of a routine thing. You swish the bottom and you pour. I call it the swish and pour. You'll notice it'll cloud up. Sometimes I'll forget to show that in the video. There'll be like a grayish golden cloud descending. I think you'll see that in a moment. Yeah, see that? And there's some pretty big tan yeast chunks. So if you've had Hugarten, you'll notice that this is similar to that, 5.2% alcohol. I think Hugarten's 4.8 if I recall correctly. So let's check it out. Yeah, it's like mildly spiced sweet white bread. Now you might say, well, you always say that about these type of beers. Yeah, because they're so similar. They tend to have common characteristics. Yeah, you can see that descending cloud. Sometimes that'll give a little more richness to the flavor, but I notice often, or usually, it doesn't really change the way it tastes too much. It just changes the way it looks. And if you let that set up, it would just be totally murky by the time it was finished. But we don't want this to go on too long. Yeah, normal wheat beer, stark white head with that soft, foamy, spongy foam. Orange peel, coriander, but that's both mild. So a little light limiting, citrus. A very light, they didn't overdo the coriander, thankfully. It's there, give it a little compliment. Wheat beers without those spices are pretty dull. That's why they add, they're just dull, I find. And they have a tap water note most of the time. This one does not seem to. Iceland's water is probably a lot different. Iceland was founded by Denmark. It was a colony of Denmark. Just a territory, until 1918 when it became a self-governing country within the Kingdom of Denmark. Okay, like Greenland is today. Greenland is a self-governing country within the Kingdom of Denmark. But in 1944, during World War II, Iceland broke away from Denmark and declared themselves a republic, which the Danish took great offense to. They said, we don't really mind you doing that, but we find it offensive that you would do that while we're occupied by Germany during the war. They just thought it was bad form. Their opinion was you could have waited 2 years, you know, what's the big rush? And anyway, it was more of a formality because Iceland had been self-governing with their own parliament for a long, long time, really. And it only has a population of about 330,000. Like a small American city, really, or a moderate-sized city. And at the time of this recording, this is the week when Iceland beat England in the European soccer championship, and they were all excited about that. Little tiny Iceland beating legendary and powerful England. Okay, so the mouthfeel here is medium and soft, like a wheat beer. And the finish is on the dry and easygoing side. If you poured this in a glass alongside Hugotten and you switched them up, you would have a hard time, I think, differentiating the two. It's right up there with them. Yeah, I would say a B+, very good. It's nothing too fantastic, but it's certainly nothing wrong with it or bad. It's just if you like the style or not. So within the style, I think it's fine. And interestingly, I haven't seen Hugotten around here too much anymore. It used to be in a lot of stores, singles and whatnot, and then it kind of just melted away. It seems to be on the decline. You might see the Celis White from Massachusetts. I believe it's Massachusetts. Some company reintroduced the Celis White, which is a mimic of Hugotten, because Pierre Celis actually invented Hugotten in the 1960s. But anyway, they're all in the same area. So, all right, Laissez-les bon temps roulé, a very good, not particularly remarkable beer, but something to tick off and check off, say, I've tried something from Iceland. And y'all come on down to New Orleans.